I'm Heather Nittinger.
I'm Luca Nittinger.
And I'm Frank Nittinger.
I'm Justin Johnson.
We've been homeschooling for about 13 years. We've done soccer, basketball, baseball, softball, and in various classes sometimes. I know there's a lot of people that do different kinds of martial arts. We've just never done them.
I was just thinking how this would happen. Like, I was just thinking, how? I mean, this place, it's really cool, and I think they hit it spot on, and I think it's really cool that they were able to implement lightsabers into physical activity.
Just thought it seemed kind of like they were trying to introduce the novelty into martial arts, but when you actually do it, it comes out a lot more.
You felt it.
Yeah.
Like, you could feel it. Like, just standing there holding it reminded me kind of yoga, where you think you're just gonna be standing there doing some movements, and it's gonna be really simple and easy, but then you do it, and you're sweating, and you can't stand up anymore. Like, you just aren't prepared to feel it as much because you think it's going to be a novelty, but it was a workout.
I was really skeptical at first, but I will say my sister hit the nail on the head. It's like yoga. It's subtle, and you find yourself slipping into the mindset through the repetition. Again, the repetition was a big part of the class, and you find yourself just kind of focusing in because of the repetition. It was, again, at first I thought it was a little strange, a little hokey, but yeah, you get the exercise, and you can get the methodology, and it just focuses you right in.
It was surprisingly like it sounds like a good time, but it was surprisingly a lot more than I thought it was going to be. Like, I thought we were just going to play with some lightsabers, but I actually learned a lot. Like, that's real defense that you could use. Like, he said on the streets, and I was thinking to myself, on the streets?
We're in the mall.
Where are we we're gonna break out our lightsabers, but a lot of that defensive movement could really help you in your life. Yeah. So it was a lot more than I thought it was actually gonna be. So I've been quite impressed because it covers so many different types of martial arts. You could use it, one as physical activity. You could definitely get a PE credit out of that. But when you're studying different cultures, you can bring in the different martial arts from the different cultures. You could do something like this if you were doing a film study, if you were doing sci-fi studies. Say you just happen to be reading, doing like a sci-fi unit with any from elementary school all the way up to high school. You could implement it from reading the Star Wars books, or even if your little kids are reading the comics, you could implement it there too. There's kind of a lot going on that you could plug in to different things. It was definitely more fun because of who I got to do it with. Definitely. Like, if kids in a family, it's hard. You live together all the time, and they bicker and they have all these things. This is a very safe outlet for them to kind of spar and do, like, I think it would really, like, when we had all of our kids at home, we have a large family, it would have been really fun for all of our boys if they could have all made it and came and done something like that. And it's something they can do all year. It's not seasonal. So, like, when they were all of them played soccer, but not all of them played baseball, not all of them played basketball. You know, so some seasons they were able to play together and some seasons they weren't. And this is something you can do all year. And it's really just fun. It was really just a good time. And I've been watching my Fitbit and I got a workout. Like, that was real and so much fun. It's a lot more like, I'd rather come do this than go to putt-putt or, you know, something like that, because it was so interactive. And you got the physical movement and doing stuff with your family and your kids. It was just really fun.
I was gonna say it's a great workout and it's a lot of fun. You know, we have a hard time just getting out of the house to go walk or go to the gym, finding reasons to go out and do those things. And I think something like this is great for everybody wants to go out and hit each other with swords and lightsabers.
And nobody said, no, I don't want to go do lightsaber martial arts. And then when you finally get to spar, it was really fun. And it's totally playing into like pop culture.
Yeah.
With the whole, so like, you want to do something with your kids, it's hard to get a bunch of teenagers and get them to go do something on a family activity that isn't just going out for dinner or going to a movie where you're not really interacting with each other. You're just looking at a TV screen. And I don't think you'd have that, I don't care who your kids are, I don't think you would have a hard time saying, hey, do you want to come do this activity? And them all, nope, no one said no to me, which is just bizarre in itself. And then everybody came and they had a good time. So I kind of think the lightsaber is pulling, like, Star Wars is something that it's affected generations of people, and it does kind of pull families together. I just thought it was going to be something totally different, and I'm a little mind blown at how cool it really was.
I mean, if you're looking for a workout and you want to hit people with lightsabers, I recommend it.